Okay, so for boot camp, whether or not you want to show your video, it's all good. Really listen to your body. I am going to be doing high intensity exercises, high impact exercises, things like burpees. We're doing push-ups, squats, lunges. If you need to adjust anything for your knees, hips, wrists, by all means do so. There isn't really a modification for push-ups unless you have dumbbells where you lay on your back and do chest presses. You can hold a plank because what a push-up is a moving plank. But yeah, we're kind of limited to what we can do because it's body weights. So again, listen to your body, keep movements low impact if you like. Take water breaks whenever you like. Today's timing is we're going to do our 5-minute warm-up. And then the bulk of the workout is going to be 40 seconds of work followed by 20 seconds of rest, 2 exercises, back to back, AB. And then immediately we'll do a Tabata round, which is 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, 8 times. That's also a 4-minute block. And there'll be 2 different exercises, a little bit more cardio focused, okay? And we'll go through each exercise as we get there. I have my timer set, so hopefully you can hear that ding, ding, ding through the computer. But if not, I'll tell you when to rest. So let's start with our warm-up. Good, let's get range of motion in those hips. I think everyone's muted, but I guess I will double check. All right, if you have any questions, you can always write in the chats. I will come read it. So range of motion in the hips, taking your time, in to out, circling. So we're going to be doing dynamic movements to warm the body up, slowly increasing range of motion. If you've been sitting all day, you can make smaller circles to start as your body slowly increases in temperature. I don't have the AC on yet because today is a relatively cool day, but maybe I'll plop it on soon, maybe 10 minutes into this workout. All right, let's go into our squats. You can take your feet wherever is comfortable, generally about shoulder distance apart is good. Toes and knees will be slightly turned out and in line with each other. You want to try to keep that chest up and your abs braced. From the side, you drop your butt back and down, and you try to keep a neutral spine as much as possible. We're trying to avoid the rounding of the shoulders and the dropping of the chest as we squat. So again, still warming up our lower body, easing into the workout, getting range of motion in our ankles, knees, and hips. The idea behind boot camp is that we're going to be working our hearts in addition to our skeletal muscles. So you're going to get your breath rate up, your heart rate up, all that good stuff. Pushing your fitness to the next level, challenging yourself. So you're not always going to feel very comfortable during this workout, and that's the whole point. All right, let's do some lunges. If your right leg is forward, you can take a step. Nice long step back. Notice my hips are still square to the front and my feet are hip distance apart. I'm going to lower my back knee towards the floor and stopping at about ankle height. And now I'm going to show you the side view. You want to keep the chest up, abs nice and braced. So we do a lot of squats and lunges for the workout, but this is our warm-up. So what happens is during the workout, feel free to go at any pace you like. But we generally do these things a little faster or maybe add a plyometric component to it. So a jumping high impact motion. It's a little more explosive in nature. Give me 2 more. And we're switching. You can face front the whole time. I'm just showing you the profile view. And we're doing 16 of these. I'll do my best to count. But we're all going at different rates. So as long as we are moving, and mostly symmetrical on each side, it's all good. Get 8 more. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Continue with our hips, just a little bit of side lunges. Keep one leg straight, the other bent. The knee won't shoot past the toes. maybe a little bit past the ankles. But you feel a little bit of stretch here in the hip and the inner thighs. All right, let's go ahead and walk our feet in. Get range of motion in your shoulders. We do use our shoulders when we do push-ups, the anterior deltoids. So we want to make sure this whole joint is nice and loose. Let's go ahead and go forward. And let's just relax our lower back. Get that rotation going, release the heel. Working the obliques. Good. All right, so we're going to go into our first round, and we have many rounds, so you can always pace yourself. Actually, we have 6 rounds. So we have 40-20 followed by Tabata, 40-20 Tabata, 40-20 Tabata. So it's 3 of each kind, but 6 total. So the first exercise is a squat jump with a 90-degree turn. So if you don't want to do squat jumps, down and up, great. You can vary it going wide. If you're going to do the jump, there's a 90-degree turn. There's another 90. There's a 90, and there's another 90. And then I'm going to go the other way so I don't get dizzy. All right? You have the option if you want to pivot. But when you pivot, just make sure that you come off your heels so that you don't twist your knees. All right? So I come off my heel, I pivot all the way around, and you go the other way too. All right, so that's the first exercise. And then the second exercise is a push-up to hamstring curl, which I'll show you during the 20-second break. So I'm going to ahead and hit the timer. Whenever you hear that knocking, that means there's 10 seconds left of that round, of that rest. Ready? All right, here we go. So you can go non-jumping or jumping. I'm just doing a 90-degree turn, not 180. And I'm changing direction every time I face front. We got about 25 seconds left. So 40 seconds of work. You're gonna feel the muscles in the legs burn out, right? Fatigue, and you're also gonna get the heart rate up. It's a constant breathing here. When you hear that knocking, there's 10 seconds left. There it is. That's the knocking. If you don't want to turn, you can do jump squats in place. It looks like this. Jump squats in place. All right, that's your break. You get 20 seconds. When you hear the knocking again, that means you have 10 seconds left of the break. So push-ups. You can do any push-ups at any time. So don't worry about any variety I show. Knee push-ups, hamstring curl, knee push-up, hamstring curl, or toe push-up, hamstring curl. All right, let's go. Push-ups on your toes or knees. And if you don't want to do hamstring curls, you want to do non-stop push-ups, that's fine. You can start on your toes, transition to your knees at any time. It's not like you have to pick one version and do that version the entire time. Push up and curl. Push up. Kick your own butt. Looking good. Hands are nice and wide, right? But again, push-ups. All right, take a break. Again, push-ups. You know your body best. Push-ups, nobody really likes to do push-ups. But we got to do some upper body strengthening. So it's one of the best ways of working and strengthening the upper body without any body weight. I'm sorry, without external weight, with your body weight. Oh, we're back to our squats. That was a really short break. So back to the first exercise. I like the timer because I don't have to pay attention. It'll just tell us when to start. You can go down, up, or you can do the pivots. Oh, 10 seconds. Woo. You got this, you got this. 3, 2, 1. All right, push-ups again. How are we doing? Everyone good? Okay, can you guys hear me breathing? 10 seconds, let's get ready, hands nice and wide. Choose your toes, choose your knees. In 3 seconds, on the beat, not on the beat, on the buzzer, on the bell. After this round, you get a whole minute. So you have these 20-second shorter breaks, but after 4 rounds, or 4 minutes, 4 exercises, you get a whole minute rest. So that's a good time to grab water, but you can grab water anytime you want. You guys hear that knocking? That's 10 seconds. I get a minute. I just keep the timer running so I don't lose track of the minute. Can you guys hear the knocking? Yeah, you can hear it? Okay. All right, so let that go. Perfect. Okay. Oh gosh. Grab some water, guys. Okay, so the next 2 rounds, so I'm actually gonna switch it over to Tabata. So I'm gonna show you both exercises because there's really not much time in between. So we have our butt kicker round. 20 seconds. You can also march in place if you don't want to do a high impact thing. And then we have our squat hold with an alternate heel lift. So after we get our heart rate up, we're gonna keep working the legs. And you wanna, as one heel goes down, the other heel goes up. So this is all about burning out the leg muscles, but it's only for 20 seconds. All right, let's get ready. Okay, starting in 10. First, we're doing butt kickers. So it's only 20 seconds.
3, 2, 1.
So really to get the heart rate up in such a short amount of time, you really want to push, push, push. If you don't want to kick your butt, which is more hamstring curls, you can pick up your knees. Move it, move it, move it.
3, 2.
All right, we only got 10 seconds. Go ahead and set up that nice wide squat. I know your heart rate's up. Pick one heel up, and then you're just gonna keep alternating.
3,
alternating.
2.
Let's go.
1. Tabata 2.
So you can go as fast or as slow as you like, but it's like holding a wall sit or holding a squat for 20 seconds. You never stand up. Obviously, you can stand up if you need to. We got 5 seconds left. 5 seconds.
3, 2, 1.
All right.
Rest.
Get out of that. 10 seconds goes by really quick. So we're getting ready for that run again. 4 rounds of this.
2.
Here we go.
1. Tabata 3.
Go, 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 go. Running nowhere fast. Gotta imagine you're chasing that train.
3,
2, and 1. All right.
Rest.
We have just enough time to get our feet wide and set up. See, already 3 seconds left.
3, 2.
Here we go.
Tabata 4.
If you want to hold the squat without the heel lift, you can. It's just as challenging. Just as challenging to stay low in that squat. Keep those knees and toes aligned with each other, facing the corners of the room.
3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Rest.
We're good, we're good. How are we doing so far?
3,
Let's run.
1. Tabata 5.
This is the third round. Again, 20 seconds work, 10 seconds rest. Pairing 2 exercises together happens 8 times for a 4-minute block. That's what defines Tabata.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
Okay. So Tabata in itself is a specific format of timing, but it's often used in boot camps,
3,
which is some sort of circuit.
1. Tabata 6.
Circuit and boot camp trainings are all just timed intervals of work, recovery, work, recovery. And that recovery also counts because your heart rate is still up. during the recovery. And the whole point of having the recovery time is that your heart rate is here.
2, 1, rest.
Your heart rate is here, and it starts to come down a bit during that recovery, and then you spike it again. If we're always up here,
3,
it's not sustainable.
1.
It's not sustainable.
7.
What happens if you try to do a 4-minute interval nonstop? Is it just goes like that, your heart rate. So you get more more efficiency, more productivity by actually scheduling in little rest intervals.
3, 2, 1.
Last one. This happens in Bali X too. We have our jumping choreography, and then we have our
3,
slow sexy choreography.
1.
Oop, here we go. Last 20 seconds. Last 20 seconds of work. So try to pick certain exercises to do during the shorter Tabata rounds, which are a little different
3,
from the longer
2,
40-second rounds.
1.
Okay.
Your timer is complete.
All right, you can take your minute break. Take your minute break. Next 2 exercises. So that's kind of one cycle done. We have lunge jump, switch. All right, so this is the way it works. Low impact option, you step back and clap. By the way, if you don't want to clap, you don't have to. But one of the fun things about reaching our arms up and clapping is it guarantees that our chest is up. All right, because sometimes when we lunge back, we can drop. But if we're trying to clap upwards, it kind of helps keep the chest up. You can also do lunge jump switch. Down, up. So basically, I'm clapping overhead when I'm at the lowest point of my lunge. Now, you can do, honestly, anything you like. So if you want to be down here and then clap as you switch, that's fine too. I mean, really, this is your workout, so have fun with it. And then we have another push-up that we pair with this. Actually do a push-up and a single leg down dog. Or you can do a single leg push-up into a single leg down dog and then switch. Or you can do a single leg push-up and a normal down dog, which is 2 feet on the ground. So single leg push-up, down dog. And then here are the knee options. Single leg, down dog. You do knees, down dog. Completely take out that single leg aspect. Okay, here's the thing. Push-ups aren't that fun, so I just try to find variety. But you can do any variation of push-ups you want anytime. Okay? All right, that was a minute. I don't know if it's a minute, but you have your next 2 exercises. Lunge, reverse lunge, or lunge jump switch.
Ready?
Ready? I'm jumping and switching, and I'm clapping my hands. But can you do down here? Clap them. Yep. You can do that. And you can step back like this. I'm clapping when my feet are together, but you can also clap when your legs lunge back. Lots of options here. And you don't like to clap? Then don't clap. If you prefer doing squats instead of lunges, you can do that too. All right, I just try to go through everything. This video is going to look kind of messy. But the point is that you can squat if you don't want to do lunges. All right, I'm doing push-ups. I'm going to do a single leg push-up into a down dog. 3 seconds. Single leg push-up, foot down, down dog. I'm going to feel that hamstring stretch as my butt goes up in the air. Heel drops. When I lift my leg, it doesn't have to be really high. I'm trying to maintain that plank though. So I don't want to lift my legs so high that it causes my hips to sag. Okay, we don't want those hips to sag down. Oh, 40 seconds. Goodness gracious. All right. So now that we know, I like doing everything at least twice because first time you see an exercise, you're like, oh, what is that? And then the second time you can kind of figure it out. So now here's our second time. We know what we're gonna do. Let's go. How are you doing? Don't worry, you don't have to coordinate to the beat of the music. There's no music. How are we done? Oh, slowing down. Keep pushing. It's okay to slow down. Try not to stop moving until the rest. 5 seconds. 2, 1. Oh, geez. You know, sometimes I think of these exercises in my head. I don't realize how tiring they are to do it. Woo! Last set of push-ups. I'll try a 2-foot push-up into a single leg down dog. So push-up, single leg down dog, push-up. You can do push-ups on your knees like this. Come off your knees into that down dog. Find what's challenging, but doable for you. All right, safety first. Oh, there's that knocking. Here we go. 10 more seconds. Probably 2 or 3 more push-ups. Okay. You guys get a water break. I'm gonna turn on the AC. Whew. All right, ignore the timer for a moment. You get 1 minute. I'm going into Tabata. Ooh. I'm glad you like it, Horn. Oh gosh. Are we all sweating? Is your hair messy yet? Okay. So we have Tabata. We have fast feet. The low impact option is out, out, in. Constant movement. There's no jumping. And then a faster version of that is this. This is jumping. Okay, so that's exercise 1 for the Tabata. You'll do that 4 times with 20 seconds each every time. And then we're actually doing tricep dips. Triceps, smaller muscle group, doesn't take long to burn it out. So when we're doing tricep dips, if this doesn't bother your wrist, quick, quick, quick. My butt is not moving up and down. It's actually my elbows bending. So try not to go all the way up. Kind of just keep the pulse range small, and that'll hopefully burn out your triceps in 20 seconds. If not by the first round, by the 4th. All right, let's go. First exercise is that in and out, out. So squat, think of squats. Get low.
3, 2, 1.
Out, out, in. Or out, in, out, in. Light on the feet. Knees stay soft. Keep those knees bent. Doesn't matter which version you're doing. Fast feet or out, in.
3, 2, 1.
All right, get on the ground. You can also do triceps like this on your hands and knees. Pulse it like
3,
this.
2,
Okay?
1.
Either option works. This gives you kind of a nice shoulder stretch, but I know not everyone's shoulders work like this. And there is pressure on the wrist. It's not bad pressure unless you've had an injury. So you kind of just
3,
have to,
2,
oh my gosh, they're really burned.
rest.
20 seconds is just enough. So the thing about push-ups on the wrist is like, the first time you do it, it does kind of feel a little funky.
2, 1.
But with time,
3.
your wrist will get used to it. But again, it's assuming that you don't have an actual wrist injury. Out, out, in. Also get your heart rate up.
3.
It is not easy.
1.
Don't always assume that the jumping is going to be harder than a low impact option. That low impact option is tough.
3,
Here we go, dips.
1.
Make sure your fingertips are facing your heels. Make sure your fingertips are facing your feet. It's not facing away. It's not facing the side. Make sure it's your elbows bending and straightening and not your butt moving. Keep that pulse range small.
3,
Elbows always slightly bent.
1.
Oh gosh. All right, I think for the next 2 rounds, I'm going to do the fast feet version.
3, 2, 1. Top it off 5.
Wide and narrow. Fast, 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 fast. It's a hot floor. Woo, and you're staying low. Staying low.
3, 2, 1.
All right,
Rest.
so just because we're doing this, make sure your chest doesn't drop. You gotta keep that up.
3, 2, 1. Top it off 6.
Dip, 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 dip. I dip, you dip, we dip. Nice. Try to keep that chest up as much as you can.
3, 2, 1.
Good.
Rest.
Also note I'm not sitting back here. I do have some of my weight into my legs. So it shouldn't all be going into the wrist.
3, 2.
This is the last round.
Top it off 7.
Last round of each exercise. Then you get a minute break. Woo. Slow down. Slow down.
3,
Speed it back up.
2, 1. Rest.
Okay. Last tricep dips. Option to do push-ups. Remember, you can do anything
3,
you like.
2, 1.
We're going from upper body to lower body. I mean, lower body to upper body. So you're tired, but not in the arm muscle. You're tired in the leg muscles. You're tired with your heart rate. You're tired. So we're still moving, just targeting a different body parts.
3, 2.
2. Oh.
Your timer
Oh,
is
gosh.
complete.
All right, you get a minute. I'm going to grab some water here. If your arm still has strength to type, let me know how you're doing. Okay, or you can find your thumbs up if you're doing good. Hey, great. Awesome job, guys. I know, sometimes you're like, after you do this workout, you're like, I can't walk normally and I can't type very well. All right, good to hear from Julie and Maxine. Assume everyone else is doing awesome. Okay, so let's go into our third and final round. So again, it's two more series. We have our 40-second, 20-second, and that exercise is sumo squat and stomp. And we got our burpees. All right, the sumo squat and stomp is this. This is a sumo squat, it's nice and wide. And this is the stomp. You push off and drop, push off and drop. You're staying constantly loaded. Now, I'm not doing any jumps in that one because the burpee is going to take care of really getting our heart rate up. Burpee is so challenging that I usually try to pair with something less challenging. So burpee, hands down, you can walk it out. You can do a push-up if you want, you don't have to. You can walk it back in, and we clap. If you don't want to clap, you don't have to clap. And then the other burpee is jump, push-up, clap. So without the push-up, you go out in much faster. But keep in mind when you jump your feet out, really have your abs braced. All right? Probably the most dangerous thing for burpees that I've seen is not the getting up or the it's not the getting back up, it's the jumping out. So this is what happens a lot. People jump and they're not braced. So their whole hips just kind of slam down because of gravity. And that can really put a lot of pressure and hurt the lower back. So you want to have your abs braced and have a very controlled jumping back. You can also step back, which is fine. But just keep in mind that if you're doing the jump back, to have your abs nice and braced, all right? Especially if you have any lower back injuries or any sort of chronic pain there. Okay, get ready for that sumo squat and stomp. This is gonna burn your leg muscles out more than get your heart rate up. Burpees are gonna get our heart rate up. Here we go. Stomp, stomp. Push up and stomp. I don't really strain either leg all the way. I mean, you can stomp as loudly as you want. I don't know who your neighbors are or anything. But if you've ever seen sumo wrestling, they're like, whoo, and they're ready to fight and ground themselves. They're all about grounding themselves. The more low they are to the ground, the center of gravity low, the more they don't get pushed over. Right? That's what sumo wrestling is all about. So you should start to feel your legs by the end of the 40 seconds if you stay low. So now we're going to do burpees. You do the walk back. Push-ups are optional. And then the clap overhead when you stand up. Yes, you kind of have a clapping thing. You got to clap for yourselves, even in the middle of the exercise. Here we go. You don't have to jump at the end, you can just stand up, clap overhead like this. Push-ups are optional, jump back, jump in. And lots of options. Do what works best for you. What are we doing here? Yeah. Come on. Yes, good, 5 seconds. Oh, what to do when the timer rings in the middle of your burpee? Just collapse to the floor? No, you should finish the burpee. Try to finish the burpee. All right, gotta stay low. Let's go. I mean, I'm almost like not even shifting too much. Just enough of a weight shift so I can release the foot and stomp it back down. Muscles stay loaded. By the end of this 40 seconds, your muscles, your quads, your glutes should really feel burned, like really, really fatigued. If it doesn't feel fatigued, most likely you're standing up a little bit too much during the 40 seconds. Get nice and wide, very wide, very wide. Wider and lower. Okay, burpees. You won't see these burpees again. 10 seconds. Great job on keeping that belly braced as you jump back into that plank. Let's go. Technique is always more important than how many you can squeeze in. 5 high quality ones better than 10 sloppy ones. Keep it up. Oh. I know you guys don't get to see the clock, so you guys just have to wait till you hear the timers and stuff. All right, get some water. Last set of Tabata happening right now. All right, we got moguls. I know, it's funny I say that because I've never skied moguls in my life. But if you know moguls skiing, you gotta stay low and tight. As you go over those moguls, your knees come up really close to the chest. So what we're gonna do is this. You can do step touch, but you gotta stay low, right? And then I just have my skiing arms. And you can go non-stop. This looks more like bunny hops. But sometimes when they're skiing the moguls, it looks just as quickly as that. Okay, and then here's our lunges. So we're just gonna shift forward. 4, 3, 2, 1, turn. So both my feet come up, so I'm pivoting. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, you can do a pivot like this. If you don't want to jump, that's fine. Step, step. There's a little bit of range in terms of this length that allows you to still maintain that 90-degree knee bend. You're staying low. All right, you ready? Last 4 minutes of work, guys. Let's do this. We're starting with the skiers.
Get ready.
So you can do a jump, stop, the arm swing, non-stop. 20 seconds. Let's get that heart rate up.
1. Top it on 1.
Let's go. Let's get those 20 seconds. Let's get that heart rate up. Keep your feet together. Knees soft. Yeah, it's kind of like your jumping rope too.
3.
That's it. That's it. It's 20 seconds.
Rest.
All right. Do 4 of each.
3, 2.
Doesn't matter if you don't finish it completely.
Top it on 2.
The fact that you're in a lunge, your legs are all working. Your leg muscles are working. Oh, by the way, if you don't like lunges, you can do it in squat form. Like this, kind of a little hop
3,
or a little
2,
walk.
1. Rest.
All right, sorry, I forgot to mention that. If you don't want to do lunges, you can do the same thing in squat form where you're just walking, staying
3,
up.
2.
Let's go, let's see.
Top it on 3.
Or jump rope. Whatever works for your arms. You're the Energizer Bunny. Woo! Only 10 seconds left. Tabata doesn't have a countdown of 10 seconds because it happens like right away.
2, 1.
Stop.
Rest.
Okay. I'm gonna go this way for lunges first. I'll just keep changing up the direction.
3, 2.
Let's move.
Top it on 4.
To not twist your knees, make sure you're really picking up the feet to pivot during that turn.
Three,
2, 1.
rest.
All right. How are you enjoying our mobiles?
2,
Our imaginary mobiles.
1. Top it on
We have
5.
to imagine everything. COVID doesn't let us do anything for real. Everything's imagined. I imagine I'm working out right next to you guys.
Three, 2,
But
rest.
it's really short, right? So in those 20 seconds, if you're not ready for the rest, you're not tired, push yourself a little more
2,
during the 20 seconds.
1. Top it on
Push yourself a
6.
little bit more. You want to feel that burn. You want to feel that heart pumping so hard that you can't continue. By the time that 20-second ends, that's how HIIT workouts become effective. It stands for high intensity interval training.
1. Rest.
All right, spiking that heart rate.
3, 2, 1. Top it on 7.
Last one. Last of these. Get it all you got. This is for the gold. Gold mobiles Olympics. If we're gonna imagine big.
3, 2, 1.
Well, if you guys are talking, you should sound like me, or you should be barely able to talk. Oh gosh.
3,
I gotta go this way.
2, 1. Top it on 8.
Last it. This is it, guys. This is it. This is the last 13 seconds of work. Five. Oh, I lost count.
2, 1.
Okay. We are getting rid of that. Okay, we have just enough time for a stretch and a cool down, so go ahead and grab some water. You guys did awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, you do want to feel that heart rate up. You do want to be a little breathless. That's how you know you've done a good workout. You push yourself to your limits. All right, and that's the thing about the fitness journey. So let's go ahead and Make sure our hips still work. Nothing popping or cracking. We're gonna go into some static stretches. Just ease into it. So the nice thing about fitness is it's a journey, but it's kind of a journey that never ends. Because once you hit this goal, then you look for the next goal, and then the next, and then the next. All right, it's fun. You're always finding new challenges. Oh, Maxine, you know me so well. You know that's what I'm gonna say. All right, let's start with our quad stretch. You can find a wall if you need to, or work on your balance. Lots of quad dominant exercises when we're doing squats and lunges. I want to hold each stretch for about 20 seconds at least. So your muscles are tense, they're tight after contraction, after working. So what we want to do is re-lengthen those muscles so that they don't stay permanently tight. That's what happens if you don't stretch after a workout. Your muscles kind of stay tight. Do that many, many times over and over again, and you become really, really tight. So our goal here is just to re-lengthen those muscles, get it back to its original length. And again, usually you got to do that for about 20 seconds. So your muscles can kind of ease into that lengthening. I used to take yoga when I had more time, just because it was the only time that really forced me to stretch and slow down. Our hamstrings, for the back of our legs. And if you can reach your toes, you can pull those toes back and get into a calf stretch as well. There's a lot of ways to stretch the hamstring and calves. This is just one. If you have a wall, you can put your toes up against the wall, heels down. Put all your weight onto the non-stretched leg so they can focus on lengthening. Let's go to the other side. Now you may be asking like, oh, we didn't do any abs or anything. Anytime you do total body workouts like burpees and stuff, like push-ups, your abs are involved. Like those are all planks. Your abs need to stay engaged and stabilized when you're doing squats and lunges. If they weren't, you'd be slouching all the time. Chest stretch. So yes, we do not directly work abs, but a lot of times, a lot of people work abs only, like crunches, and don't do planks, push-ups, and other total body exercises where it requires the abs to stabilize. So everything's good. You want to do a little bit of everything. My point here is that a lot of people focus on one thing. So doing our tricep stretch, since we did do our triceps. Take that same arm and pull it across your chest. It is very normal to feel soreness the next day after doing resistance training or body weight strength training. Whether or not you're lifting weights, you're doing resistance training. You're lifting something that's heavier than what your arms are used to lifting. If you're not used to pressing your whole body off the ground repeated times, then your body's going to be challenged. It's doing something it's not used to doing, so it's going to feel sore. This doesn't just apply to boot camps or exercise. Like if you've ever gone bowling, I think some would say bowling is a sport. And I don't mean to offend anyone that calls it a sport, but I bowl for fun. But I'll say that with my right arm, my forearms, my grip, is so sore the next day after bowling because I'm not used to doing it. And I picked like a 10-pound ball, which I guess is on the heavier side. I don't even know. I don't know what an appropriate ball is. I just know that I start with 10 and I end with the evening by 8 pounds because I can't carry the ball anymore. All right, let's roll those shoulders back out again. So anytime you do anything that is not your usual, then it's going to create a little bit of soreness. And then you keep doing that over and over again, doing the same boot camp over and over again, side to side. your body adapts to it. Maybe you'll find one day you're not as sore. Okay, you ready for the next level? Ready to up the intensity. You guys are all amazing. Pushing yourself, doing things that most people will consider not fun. But you did it. Thanks so much for joining.